Let's see who can guess which tuning I'm in first, if anybody. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, but I'm just kind of messing around with some new tunings. Barely even an alternate tuning in my estimation, but you know. I've even got a little multi-cam setup going on. Check this out. Oh, how professional is that? Richard, what's going on, bud? What's happening, Ben? Can everybody hear me okay? And then we go back to the main. Richard, you know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, super big time. I mean, what other YouTubers out there can go back and forth from an A cam to a B cam as simple as that? I know. Hopefully we can hear this. Can we hear this okay? All right. Seems like we can from my incredible sidecar device I've got here. Anyways, I was just working on a new song with Lilu, which if you watched any of the videos in the last month or two, you've probably seen her on the channel. But I was going through some acoustic guitar stuff, and it's like, you know, I want to kind of make some different chord voicings a little more interesting and just a little bit different than what I usually do, but keep it super simple. So all I did here is I tuned the high E string down to a D. Now, I've played a lot in like double drop D where I tune both strings down to a D. I'm keeping the rest of it standard, so E, A, D, G, B, and then D again. Okay, and what it does, it kind of adds like a glue to stuff if you're like in the key of D. So if I'm gonna play just some chords in D major, like a D major chord, E minor, B minor, and then we can do like A major. We just have that ringing out on top. I mean, come on. Oh, I just hit the camera. And I feel like that kind of adds a little bit of a different vibe than if we were just in standard tuning, which instead of tuning that string back and forth, I'll just use two guitars, right? Or open E. You know, that sounds very traditional. I think having that high D on top is really just like a cool way to really instantly just add some vibe in a super, super easy and simple way. So I was just doing that, and I thought I'd just turn the cameras on and kind of go live and see what everybody's up to, see everybody's hanging out back in Florida for a little bit. So yeah, just if you guys have any questions or whatever, hit me up in the chat. Where in Florida do you play? You know, I don't know. No plans on doing any live shows at the moment. I used to busk a lot on St. Armand's, which is like a key out here. And I used to play, man, several shows a week at a restaurant called Classico, which maybe I'll hit them back up and see if they want to do some live stuff. I know my buddy Andres is playing a show at a place called El Melvin's, which is downtown. Maybe I'll kind of jump on stage with him and kind of rekindle that bromance. So if you guys are around, let me know. But yeah, let's go through some major minor chords in the key of D, because again, when we have an extra D note ringing out, the key of D is kind of like a good spot to think about it. So we could do like a... Oh my gosh. So D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, and then now we've got kind of like this. Ever cheat on being vegan? Never. Never once. I'm sure people are all tuning in to hear about my vegan journey today. But yeah, I think it's been like over 7 years now. I think I had my 7-year vegan anniversary like a few months ago. And yeah, never once knowingly cheated. I mean, I'm sure I accidentally cheat pretty much every time I go out to a restaurant. And, you know, it's shocking how many people don't, how many servers don't know the difference between vegan and vegetarian. Anyways, I'm not gonna go on a rant, but yeah, never knowingly cheated. That's my my thing. So if we go through all the major minor chords in the key of D, we've got D major with an extra D on top. We've got E minor with an extra D on top. Which, yeah, that could just be E minor 7. F sharp, minor, G major, A major, B minor, C sharp minor 7 flat 5. Which again, I think sounds a little bit different than playing all those same chords in the same key. Let's switch to the B cam for this. Why don't we? D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, B minor, C sharp minor 7 flat 5. See, that sounds like a chord scale to me, right? Whereas as soon as you pick up the high D and leave it open, I think it's maybe like a little more musical, a little more inspiring, if I will. Can you play and sing Somebody by the Kings of Leon? I don't know, I don't really know that song. Kings of Leon. You know, I like the Kings of Leon first album. And then after that, I don't know. I just didn't really dig it, but you know, whatever. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening, John? What's happening, everybody? Oh man. Hello from Pennsylvania. Hello from Liverpool, England. I love it. But yeah, so in the song that I'm working on, the cool thing about having this D on top is we're gonna add some chords outside of the key, which will make it sound even that much better. My favorite thing to do from a singer-songwriter standpoint is a minor 5 chord, okay? So what's the 5 in the key of D? D, E, F sharp, B sharp, A, right? I think I just did that correctly. Did I do all the chords right? Maybe I threw a G, A, G sharp, what am I, G? Yeah, and so the 5 chord would be A, major, right? I always like making that a minor chord. Oh, what a vibe. So here's the chord progression. We got 2 parts of the chord progression in the song coming out. I'll have like a video coming out on the song probably next week at some point. First part, we're gonna go D with an E, B, and then an A in the bass. So if you look, it's actually like a really kind of fun, easy one to play because I really just have my pinky or ring finger here. And then I'm starting with what would be like a D suspended 2 chord if it were open. But it's just right here. And then I'm gonna add, instead of open D, 2D. And that's my new bass note. So D over E. Go to a B, 2 on the A string. And then open A. And then we're gonna go to a G, B minor, Like, how good does that sound? Minor 5 chord. Ah, we loved it. We love to see it. Hey from the Netherlands. Ah, I love the Netherlands. Absolutely fantastic place. I need to go back there. It's so good. What is my favorite electric guitar, and which one do you recommend someone to buy? Oh man, you can request a song. I might not know it, but you can request it. Favorite electric guitar? That's a tough question. I feel like my stock answer has always been the Ernie Ball Music Man St. Vincent. It's a very expensive guitar. So, you know, if you're in a position where you can get one of those, I'm a huge fan of the Ernie Ball Music Man stuff. I think they're just like the best. They're almost really every Ernie Ball Music Man guitar is kind of like a BTO guitar. Like they don't like mass manufacture a bunch of them. Like they're almost all custom shop in a way. So those are great. You know what's really awesome that I love is that PRS S2 Special that I did an unboxing demo on like 2 weeks ago. That guitar is like awesome. I think that's fantastic. But again, you know, these are kind of expensive guitars. I really do think that like you can't go wrong with the Fender Stratocaster. Even like the I was fortunate enough to be able to get one of the American Professionals maybe like 2 months ago. I did a video on that. And that guitar's awesome. If I just had one electric guitar and it was like an American Professional Strat, that would be fantastic. So the one thing is, if I could only have 2 guitars, it would be one of those guitars and a Telecaster, right? If like I even though a Telecaster wouldn't be my first choice because I do kind of like humbuckers, I think, you know, for recording purposes, etc. I think that a Telecaster is the perfect other option, just because like there's nothing like a good Telecaster. Mimi Sounds in the chat. Oh my gosh, she's my biggest fan. Oh my god, Mimi, stop. I was so distracted talking about Telecasters, I didn't even see the great Mimi Sounds in the chat. Knopfler or Dire Straits song break? You know, I've never really gotten into Dire Straits. I only know 2 songs, like Money for Nothing and Sultan's for Swing. I'm assuming they have like a bunch of other great songs, but I'm such a poser. I don't know. Get Drea and play Juliana. Well, Drea's in Japan, so it's gonna be extremely hard to do. I know, Mimi made me blush, as she always does. How would Juliana sound with an open D on top? Oh, terrible. So that's great. The beautiful thing about open D is you can just not play the high D string. Man, I haven't played this song in so long. Get together, baby, underwater. It's been a long time since I saw you all alone. Juliana, it's time to come home. Drift away into the deepest, darkest sea. And in the reeds and waves is where you find me. Shines a message to let it side in ocean blue. I cursed the tides, but they withdrew your love away from me. Drift away into the darkest sea. Obviously, Drea does it way better than I do. Oh, great song. Who wrote that? G minor 6? Get out of here. Off to watch Oasis in Manchester. Oh my gosh, you're going to the Oasis concert? I was thinking about getting tickets. I was just talking to my buddy Adam about that with talking about getting tickets to the LA one because they were not as expensive as I thought. I mean, $200 for a concert, not as expensive as I thought. Probably because a lot of people don't anticipate them lasting that long. But yeah, that's pretty funny. Oh, my second biggest fan is in the chat. This guy Sean. Yeah, so, oh, no kidding, right? Play one of my songs. What do I want to play? You know what's funny? I don't have any guitars down-tuned. I was so not anticipating people doing requests. I don't know why. Usually whenever I go live, it is just kind of like requests and stuff. But for the most part, I just tune everything super far down. But I really just wanted to talk about this open D minor 5 nonsense. Oh. So good, right? Wonder if I could even remember Ryder's songs. Probably try Riders. Oh, how the hills in the mist seem to speak of a tale that is not yet complete. Bonds that are soon to be born. Green as the thumb of the gardener is poor, as the cliff tops give way to shore, jagged rocks that are centuries worn. Now the stone shines for no one, stashed away under power and cover of sea, controlled by the moon, we'll find a way soon to return again. Guise of warning has come, in a maelstrom foreseen by the young, who took notice and soon turned to run. Cried, the tales in the mist set to ride, from the coast to the lush countryside, to the godless corruptions inside. Still, the stone shines for no one. Stashed away under the power and cover of sea, controlled by the moon, we'll find a way soon to return again. An Emerald Stone by the famous Emerald Riders. Sounds pretty good with the open D on top. First time I've tried it like that. But hey, let's go. My 7th biggest fan, Jared Kodiker's in the house. Oh my gosh. Who wants to see a live stream from Las Vegas later this month? Let's go. That is a Sean Daniel original. Yes. The latest singer-songwriter collab. Which one was that? Was that the one with Mimi and Lilu? I think so. That's a great one. I got an even better one coming up this week. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to be doing all these tracks with Lilu. The new one's really cool. That's why I've been getting down on this open D stuff. Yeah, so that song is called An Emerald Stone. Is it in G, somebody asked? So we got a D chord. Then we got this kind of like F with the D in it to C, D, then G, A, D. I think the technical answer would be D Dorian is what that song would kind of be. Because it's like a D minor thing. Kind of switches between that and the key of F. I always kind of do that. I switch between the one key, which in the key of C major, D Dorian, C major, same difference, right? And then I'll just kind of interplay between that and the 4 key, which C, D, E, F. F would be the 4th key, or the 4th mode in the key of C. And I basically just kind of go back and forth between those two. That's kind of like how I view songwriting. People can like it or not, but that's what's up. Do I know any Dave songs? Who's Dave? Dave who? I feel like that's only a Dave Matthews Band guy would be like, do you know any Dave songs? I guess this is, how about a D on top here? It doesn't really work, does it? Because that song is in the key of E, which flat 7, so that makes it dominant. So I can't play any Dave Matthews songs up there in the key of E. When you write a song, do you start with lyrics, riffs, melody, chord progression, beat, something else? Depends. Yeah, so, you know, nobody ever wants to hear the answer, it depends. But I usually start with, it's Dave Matthews. Yeah, Dave Matthews is awesome, by the way. Kind of underrated guitar player, if you ask me. But I usually start with chord progressions. That's why, you know, what I find interesting is just maybe doing one little tweak, like downtuning. If you ever feel like you're getting stuck in a rut or all your stuff is sounding the same, just change the tuning of a string and then do some cool stuff. Sometimes it won't work. Sometimes it does work. What I've found actually really helpful recently is working with loops. Maybe just grabbing like a splice loop or a drum machine. I've fallen in love with that poly-end step drum machine. That thing is like on everything that I do now, probably for the rest of my life. Just because I, like an idiot, you know, I don't really know how things really work. I thought a drum machine is like, oh, you just program in a loop and then it just spins around. Then you just play along with it. When actually it's like, what I've been doing is I'll start with a loop, build a little song around it, input the drum machine again, and then just play it. I don't even have to MIDI sync it or anything. It's just like, I'll hit record, and it'll be enabled, and then I'll just press play when I feel like it comes in. And since they're tempo synced, it's pretty spot on. If it's not, I can just move it in Logic after the point. And then live play the drum machine, which again, just bringing stuff in, bringing stuff out. And that's been like an awesome vibe. I love that. I feel like, why did nobody tell me I could do that? But that's usually how my writing process kind of comes. No, this guy's a Dave cover artist. He does it all. Go check him out. Let's go, Joy Buzzer. Love to see it. But yeah, that's kind of a cool thing to try out, is just working with the drum machine. So check out my video on the poly-end step if you're interested in it. Yeah, anyways, gosh, I've missed this guitar. This is a Martin D35. You can tell it's 35 because it has a 3-piece back. That's how it's different from maybe like, you know, a D28 or something like that. But also the binding. It's gotta have binding. I wish I could have done binding on the SD guitar, but for the Mexico factory they weren't able to do it. But hey, it's cool. It's all good. In fact, let's play the SD guitar for a minute, huh? What do you say? Did you guys know that I have a signature Martin guitar? The Sean Daniel signature. Let's get a close up over here. Oh, look at that in the light. Oh my gosh. What is going on? Sweetwater exclusive. Just type my name in. Sweetwater, get yourself a guitar. Come on. Built-in tuner. There's a tuner right here. So if I did want to retune something, I could do it here. Should I downtune and play some songs? What do you think? Who cuts my hair? Always looks great. Wow, thank you. That is a great compliment because I get the cheapest haircuts known to man. I go to like Great Clips or whatever. I've tried doing like expensive bougie haircuts, and they always make me look like the world's biggest F-boy. Every time I go to like an expensive haircut place, instant F-boy. Like, total D-bag vibes. Every time I walk back. One guy gave me a fade once, and I was like, who? I never asked for this. Why do I look like a soccer player all of a sudden? Like a teenage soccer player. But, you know. So I just go to Great Clips, and then I just have the messy look. Just rock it out. So thank you for the compliment, Iggy. 3 pieces because they don't have rosewood boards big enough for the whole back. Yeah, exactly right. Is the SD made in Mexico? Yes. This is from the Navajoa factory. Maybe I will downtune. Let's downtune this. The cool thing about having the tuner built in, like right here, so you can kind of see it like lit up a little bit, is you can have it where you're looking, and then pretend you're tuning by ear down. So now I'm in drop D. So please keep hitting me with the requests or the comments about my appearance, because I'm all about it. As I'm downtuning, really exciting live feed to watch a man drop his guitar an entire step. Actually, this song is a step and a half, isn't it? I just remembered that. Is it really a step and a half? Let's go. Gosh. What kind of madman downtunes a guitar step? What kind of guitar can even take a step and a half down? Riveting. All right. Are there any questions where I can maybe just like riff on? Like get this down. Really should have thought this through and had a guitar ready. Down a full 3 half steps. Or maybe, you know, maybe there's a market for people just watching videos of a guy aggressively downtuning a guitar. To sing one of my originals that I have not performed in several months, seeing if I remember the words. This next song is written about a picture that my friends Mia and Speeve got me, and I was putting a story to it. I wrote this just after I got back from Ireland about a year ago, and it ended up starting as like, oh, this would be funny to write a song kind of like about this picture, and it ended up being like one of the most emotional songs I've ever written. Alright, so Alex G tuning, huh? Oh, Sean, thank you so much. Do I miss busking? Yeah, a little bit. I miss doing it with, you know, people that I really liked. I've never really wanted to do it, like, solo, but I think we're about there. Come on. How impressive is this SD signature that we can go full step and a half down? 50% chance I'll be able to remember these lyrics. It's funny the things we remember, the stories we choose to forget. I've dived so deep, the good that I've done, while my missteps float to the surface. But there's one thing I don't have to search for, I can see it now clear as the day that we met between the ship and shore, where I let my anchor stay. I was a hand with a pension for missing on fortune and fame. She worked in a shop and made candles, the gift in a wax and flame. Yeah, all my life she was a beacon, a light that would guide my way home. I knew I'd forget the words. And I can't recall, oh, but a match so easy as the breeze. Back to the bars with the vagrants, no company worthy of her. I whispered a promise to take her away if it meant the ends of the earth. And I think we both knew it was wishful, and 'cause she couldn't stand her eyes in the sea. The years passed us by as ships in the night, back when time didn't matter to me. Oh, how it changes. The salt in the air can weigh a man down, but we tarnish and never to rust. I never made good on my promise, but we built a fine house on the hill and lived out our days through the high and low tides, to the season when she became ill. And I prayed to the heavens above us, bargaining if they could take me instead. She lit a candle, took my hand, and through the flame she said, there's a place you can find me. Oh, darling, I'll be waiting for you to join me in between the ship and the shore. C sharp, standard tuning. Only forgot one section of the words. That wasn't so bad, you know. I watched a guy who practices putting golf on some easy to entertain. Oh yeah, hey, golf. I gotta go golfing. I haven't been golfing in so long, but you know, 50% of a love song. That song's in 4/4. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, you know what's in 3/4. Actually 6/4, I guess. Apparently, you know. You said you never played bar chords. Oh, did you just see a bar chord? Or maybe you thought you saw a bar chord. Look at this. Let's go to here. It may look like a bar chord from this angle, but if you go to the side, you'll see that the E and B strings are actually open. Same thing. So we've got an open top end. This one, look at that. E and B open the entire way. Now again, I'm being somewhat of an idiot because when we go to this part, okay, that's a bar chord. You got me. That one is too. But that's it. Okay, so I would say that we're both right, but technically you're right. Anyways, that's it. That you never. Also, no, I mean, you know. Here's the thing about YouTube. You gotta exaggerate what you're saying every now and then because you gotta get that click-through rate up, fellas. You gotta get that sweet clickbait, such as professional guitar players don't play bar chords. Anyways, any more requests? Now that I have 2 guitars in different tunings that I probably can't play a song in standard tuning anymore. Good news for people who play bar chords: the better a guitar you get, the more you realize big 5 or 6 string chords sound like, and nobody uses them. People hate, yeah, actually very, very true. In fact, that's another thing about working with different producers and singer-songwriters and stuff. Honestly, simplify. You always want to simplify stuff in a production context. Now, the great thing about bar chords is you can move shapes around in any key, and it is good for your hand strength to practice. I just think that we get into bar chords way too early, and, you know, most people quit guitar the first year or whatever that they play, and a lot of it is because they'll see like an F major chord or a B minor chord and be like, there's no way I can do that. Which, yes, I totally agree with you. Like, it sucks kind of playing F major as a bar chord or B minor as a bar chord, like as one of your first chords. Like, oh, cool progression, C. E minor, A minor, B minor. But yeah, it's tough. Tough break. But, you know, that's where we're at. Anyways, do these guitars sound noticeably different in quality? I like this one, guys. There's something about this one that just like feels good. Again, you can't really beat like a Martin Dreadnought, but hey, come on. This thing is a machine. Speaking of keeping it simple, here's a cool little trick. Let's do key of G stuff. Let's pretend that I'm not tuned down a full step and a half. So technically this will be the key of E, I suppose, but I'm using key of G shapes. We're gonna leave E minor on top. Okay. So again, the top 3 strings are just gonna be open, and then we're just gonna have this shape, 3, 3, 2. Move that 2 steps higher. There's your D major shape, and then your G major shape's on the 10th fret. So C, D, G, or you go G to 4, 1 to 4. 5 chord, 6, 5, 4, 1. Again, that's kind of like a super easy way to get a totally different sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sure I've done videos on this before. Why am I telling you guys? You guys watch all my YouTube videos, right? Why am I telling you how to do this? This is child's play. You hate changing to the B minor bar chord. Is there an easier alternative? Oh, of course there's an easier alternative. I just got a text message asking if I want anything from Tandor. Sure I do. Sure. Anything vegan because I never cheat. Sick. Bar chord. B minor. Bar chord. All right, first of all, how about any minor chord? All right. Let's get out of it. Let's defeat the purpose of this live stream and go back to standard tuning to answer some questions. All right, so you're having trouble with B minor, right? B minor sucks. Let's go to the close-up cam. Check out these cameras are actually pretty sick too. These EMEET. I think I put a link in the description for these. EMEET. These are the Pixies. Super affordably priced, but so here's B minor, right? 2 on the A string, 4, 4, 3. If you can get that 2 on the high E string also, you're a baller. Couple different ways we can do a B minor easily, contextually, right? First of all, I turn any minor chord into a minor 11 chord, which I think is so much easier. See, I've got my middle finger on the 7th fret of the E string. I'm just kind of muting the A string on purpose. 7D, 7G. So first of all, right here, it's B minor 7, technically. B minor. B minor 7. Now that's a bar chord, but like here, just like, sure there's a difference. You can also get the open B string in there. For this one specifically, I like making it minor 11, which is your pointer finger on the 5th fret. Which isn't so difficult. Still easier than a bar chord, but I get that stretch, getting your pinky out there, can be tough for beginners. But this right here, this is just all in line. Like if you can make an A major chord, it's really just that, moved up a string, middle finger up another string, right? So if you can do A major, you can do this B minor bar chord. So contextually, whatever song you're in, like let's say it's that one that I just wrote with Lilu and I'm releasing content-wise next week. The chords go D, well the chorus, G, D, B minor, A minor. Let's say that's too much. Let's go G, D, B minor. Then I can just go same shape, A minor. Because it's really just getting your middle finger to a root note on the low E string and then adding your ring and pinky behind it. Or if you want to, you can also go pointer finger. But everything's in line. You can even just try to bar it and then just get what you can. I think that this minor 7 chord voicing or minor 11 is super, super helpful. Another really super helpful B minor chord voicing would be like this. So if you want to see it here, it's just my pointer finger is now on the B, on the A string. I have an open D string. So like this, right? So B minor traditional. This guy. Pretty similar, right? I think this one really helps out if you're doing kind of like a G major Wonderwall style, like anything where you like kind of just plant your ring finger there and you're just kind of going from there. So now let's do the same thing. Let's go G, D, B minor, A minor. There's my B minor. So contextually, that one's not so bad, right? And especially if you go from, a good way to practice that is going from D major to this B minor, right? Because you can keep your ring finger locked and move your pointer finger and your middle finger, just have them kind of hop to A and G. Pick preference. Good question. I really like these new Bog Street picks. I'm going to do a video with those next week, I think, because they have different sides depending on how you want to do it. Basically what it comes down to is I need something with some kind of grip because I have pretty oily hands. So like all of the celluloid picks slip on me, like those like Fender celluloid ones. I can't use those just because they always flip and I can't find the right angle for that. Thickness wise, I like around a 0.8 most of the time. Yeah, I can use something more closer to like a full millimeter. But like this one right here, this is an Ernie Ball one. You can see that. That guy right there. Is this going to focus? Oh my gosh, look at that. So this is, I want to say this is like 0.75. Anywhere from like 0.7 to 0.88 is probably like my go-to thing. Because I feel like at that point you can still do those kind of like quick like trill. Those kind of like triplety. Without really having a lot of, like sometimes if I'm playing with something like a millimeter or thicker, I feel like it'll get caught on the strings, or Like tone-wise, it'll drive an acoustic guitar too much. On electric guitar, I'd maybe like a little bit thicker, but for the most part, anywhere from like 0.7 to 0.88 is my go-to pick preference. Dave Matthews will play a B minor with just 2 fingers on the 6th and 3rd string, 7th fret. So yeah, that would be like this. So like here and here. And he like keeps it open? Is that his thing? Or he just kind of gets just those. I mean, yeah, that works. You know, that's essentially the same shape as this, but kind of keeping it there. And you get that open D string, which is in that note. So yeah, go Dave. I saw a pick with 3 small holes to give you some grip power. Yeah, so I think the old Bog Street ones were like that. They had like a central hole. Those are cool. I just kind of prefer one solid pick. I like the idea of you know, the way that it's shaped, the 3 different sides, kind of giving you like maybe like an option to do something as far as like a jazz 3 style pick option. I dig the jazz 3, especially when I was into like heavier, like shreddier stuff. The jazz 3 tips, like that. I will say it is kind of hard to like really, you know, do like shreddy stuff with a thinner pick, but then you just kind of like really choke it, so there's only like a little bit. And then it's like a little bit like that, but the Jazz 3 ones are really cool, especially if you want to do like, you know, like pinch harmonic stuff. A little better, but the nice thing about the ones with the different sides is you can kind of like get that, but then still go back to a regular traditional kind of rounded pick tip, which is always probably going to be my preference. Son of John is telling everyone to hit the like button. Yeah, please. Like my videos. Give me, please show me the love. Yeah, and mute the A. Okay, so that's how he does it. So he'll go 7, mute the A. And probably the, or no, 3rd string. Yeah, that's a perfectly great way to play a B minor. Son of John. I am also a son of John. The funny thing is, I will say more than even using a pick, I play most of my stuff fingerstyle. I'm just like a... I'm a fingerstyle guy, but like not in like a good like Tony Emanuel way. Tony the Tiger Emanuel. So Tommy Emanuel way. Just in like a whatever we have Travis picking at home kind of way. But I will say my middle finger, I've been playing a lot this last couple weeks working on this project. And my middle finger is like raw right now. So I can't finger pick it. We're going picks. Thank you for the alternatives. You're old and you have arthritis. Oh, arthritis is such a pain. I can't even imagine. I started getting arthritis in my foot, but luckily I was able to reverse that process, thankfully. How many times did you play the Norwegian Wood intro before the verse? I think the right answer is 7. Do I remember how to play that? So how many times did you play that before the actual words start? I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me a room, dun, 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 dun. I don't know the lyrics. 7 seems like an aggressive amount of times to play the intro before starting the words. Minor, oh yeah, that's how that goes, right? That is the best Beatles song, right? Swerve driver tunings. Brian, what is I'm gonna sound like an idiot. Who's is that? That's a band? I'm taking it. Swerve driver. You had a video about this. You got the comment section going with this. Oh, about Norwegian wood. This is something that I asked and I forgot about. It's all right. Sometimes people think I'm engagement baiting. Most of the time I just forget that I did stuff. No idea. Oh, favorite Coldplay song? Now this is a great question. Oh, what is my favorite Coldplay song? I want to say Amsterdam might be my favorite Coldplay song. It's definitely something off one of the first two albums. Let's look what we got. Funny that you mentioned Coldplay because that's kind of like one of the comps I was getting for this new song. God, Sparks is such a good song. I fell in love with that song teaching it on the channel like maybe a month ago. But yeah. Yes, it was your best video ever. Wait, which video was it? It was about Norwegian wood? Was it like a riff deconstruction or was I playing it with Kira maybe? Is that coming? I don't know. You have to remind me. Link me to my own video. Favorite Coldplay song. All right, so again, it's got it. Yellow has over 3 billion spins on Spotify. That's crazy. All right, so Don't Panic is classic. I'll forever love Don't Panic because it kind of taught me F major 7, which is my favorite chord. I think this song, I don't know if it came out. I first heard it when I was a freshman in college, and I was just learning guitar. So it was like my first year learning guitar, and it's like way better. F major 7. That's such a good one. Oh, I love that. Yeah, Don't Panic is such a good one. I mean, it's hard to say Yellow. Yellow has I have a very special place in my heart for Yellow. It's pretty funny. Like, there's this girl that I was performing with. This was never on the channel, so don't even go digging through and looking for it. But like, it's this live show that we were playing, and we played Yellow together. And I feel like I hit a chord, and she put her hand on my arm right when it was the "You Know I Love You So" part in Yellow, and like my heart melted, and it changed my life forever. I was like so into that girl. That was it. So Yellow has a special place in my heart just because I feel like it shook me that one time. But that's like kind of a lame answer. You can't tell people your favorite Coldplay song is Yellow. Maybe Warning Sign. I'm gonna go with Amsterdam. Special shout out to Warning Sign. That's a good answer. Let's learn Warning Sign real quick. Vita La Vida's great. You know what I mean? Is Elliot Smith still your favorite? Come on, of course Elliot Smith is my favorite. Who's my favorite guitar player? For sure. Sparks. So I was so burnt out from guitar. I played the heck out of high school the past few years, and that song got me back. Yeah, Sparks is such a fun song to play. Like, learn how to play Sparks. You don't have to watch my video to learn how to play it, but like, it is such a fun song to play. I wanna show some love to Warning Sign real quick though. Let's gosh, this used to be on the set list when I performed with Kindred. Warning Sign, Coldplay Chords, and this was like such a cool song to play. We're gonna have to go downtune guitar if I'm gonna attempt this. I miss the good part and I realize maybe I don't have to go low. I started looking and the bubble burned. I started looking for excuses. It's way too low now that I try it. That's so good. So we got F to C, G to D. Okay, that doesn't seem so hard. No idea what key I should play this in. Sparks. That song is on the Introduce Coldplay from the Garden State soundtrack. Garden State. That's Zach Braff, right? Isn't Elliot Smith Angelus also on that soundtrack? Is that right? I wanna say that's right. That's a blast from the past. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, such a good song. That I miss you. Yeah, the truth is that I miss you so. Such a simple song, but like so beautiful. Come back to haunt me, and I realize you were an island, and I passed you by. You were an island to discover. Come on in. I got to tell you what a state I'm in. I've got to tell you in my loudest tone that I started looking for a warning sign. And the truth is that I miss you. Yeah, the truth is that I miss you so, and I'm tired. I should let you go. Oh, what do we got here? Minor 5 chord. Kinda, I mean, depending on what you're thinking of. So I crawl back into your open arms. Yeah, I crawl back into your open arms. Oh my gosh, Warning Sign, such a great song. Again, great example of a song that blends 2 keys together, right? Because we got F to C, which in the key of F would be F, G, A, B, C, 1 to 5. That's definitely not it. It's really more like a 4 to 1, G to D, right? Oh, how do you want to look at it? You just want to look at one of the best songs ever written. That's what's up. Oh, man. What should we have? Is Elliot Smith still my... Why would you ask if Elliot Smith is still my favorite? I saw... What is the name of that? I'm gonna... Hold on. Let me find out. There is a YouTube channel out there that just did, like they tried to recreate Ballad of Big Nothing. Elliot Smith. How to... I wanna get the name of... them right. Audio Haze. Audio Haze just did a video on how to sound like Elliot Smith in your bedroom. and they did Ballad of Big Nothing, and yeah, I watched that entire video. So if you're an Elliot Smith fan like I am, check that out. Audio Haze. They do really cool, or he does really cool videos about like just breakdowns of iconic songs and how to get that sound. Aha. You know what's funny is like Sweet Adeline isn't even in my top 10 favorite Elliot songs, but it's like one of the most fun ones to play. Let's actually switch to the other camera to get that. Oh wait, that's a different camera altogether. Scene 3. What happened to the other camera? Oh, it recognized my face is what happened. Let's go to this one. Okay, never mind. I'm figuring out the camera thing. First time trying it. But yeah. 5, 4, 2, open on the D string, and then just put the open B in between each one. How easy is that? And then just kind of do the same thing with 2 other positions. Any other requests? 26 people are still watching me right now. Also, how's everybody's weekend going? What's up? What's everybody doing? I thought game 2 of the NBA Finals was on tonight, like an idiot. It's actually tomorrow. So I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I'll probably work on another YouTube video about these cameras, actually. So make sure to stay tuned. Like and subscribe. And turn your notifications on. Who actually does it? Do people actually watch YouTube videos through like live notifications? Do you people do that? God bless you if you do. I turn every notification off on my phone for literally everything. Like even like my family. Just always in like do not disturb mode or whatever. So yeah. Hit the easy button. Alright, maybe the D35 does sound better than the Sean Daniel signature. That sounded really good. Also is it down 3 half steps. I will say it's pretty impressive that it holds the tension pretty well for being down in C sharp standard. Oh. SD signature. Do any of you guys actually have an SD signature? That would be awesome. Elliot Smith / Bon Iver. I feel like, you know, maybe I haven't just given the Bon Iver discography a full listen through, but like I've never really been like a huge fan, but a lot of Elliot Smith fans are also Bon Iver fans, so I feel like maybe I'm just like not hearing the right stuff. So let me know what I should listen to from him, because I feel like I've never really totally been into it. Thank you, Alonzo, for the information. Notification squad, round up. Iggy, you're notified by 100 channels? That's wild. Thank you so much. That's how do you parse through those? Who makes the cut, Iggy? I mean, thank you for clicking on this one, for sure. I guess that is the cool thing about live streams, is like you just pop up, it notifies people, or doesn't, or whatever. And then, you know, people hear. Would love to maybe at some point in my life be organized enough to do planned live streams, but I never know where I'm gonna be. So it's like, today just worked out, because I was just chilling. Yeah. All right. The D35 sounds better than the Sean Daniel signature Martin, but it's like 4 times the price. So does it sound 4 times better? No, which means the value is with the Sean Daniel signature, right? Are you part of your own Discord? Man, you know, I kind of stopped using Discord. I feel like, is it still active? Are people still talking over there? Like, I had a great group of people that were like on there. If you guys ask me to be in the Discord more, I will be. It's just, for me, it was like, I'm always trying to like be on my phone less, and I know you can use it on your computer too, but like, I just felt like going on Discord was like something I'm on my phone too much. I'm sure people can resonate with that. Like anything to get me off of my phone. And Discord at the time was like one extra thing. You know what I mean? So I had the coolest community there, like for sure. But yeah, I felt like I was letting them down by not being in the Discord more. But you know, at the very least, we were able to connect some cool people together, so it was fun. You had the John Mayer OM. That's a cool guitar for sure, right? Missing at Wings of Pegasus live. Oh, Iggy, my gosh, Wings of Pegasus live for this? I feel like I gotta do something to. Iggy, any requests? Help me. I feel like the strings on this one are also perfectly worn in, which is why I think this part sounds so good right now. Like if you look real close, you probably can't tell in the live stream, but if you look real close, these strings are on the deader side, but I kind of like that because I feel like I use a lot of open voiced chords that sometimes get bright when you're letting strings ring out. So deadened strings actually kind of mellow the sound of those out over time. Especially like this C major 7 chord voicing I use all the time, right? So I should record that song. This is a song I wrote like 4 years ago. I've played it on live streams before, but I don't think I've ever actually properly recorded it. Today is World String Change Day, but only in the USA, UK, and Canada. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? I do not recognize World String Change Day as someone who notoriously does not change his strings that often. Is it reflex from inaction? Or instinct in my blood? It draws me to friction that I find myself part of. From a seat of hesitation to a badly rattled cage comes a confidence perfect division underway. Why else would you be in my window? Yeah, this is my reflection on your fire. And your reaction cannot stop. Time is just energy set into motion and pointed away. reflection on your palm. And your reaction, not shy. Time is just energy, and choice is a reflex. Pointed away. That's probably the most fun of my originals to play guitar-wise, just because like there's a lot of dynamic to it. That's a fun one. That's a fun one to play. Are you a Dario or Ernie Ball guy? You know, I'm a free agent with strings. I've been an Elixir player forever. They used to sponsor tons of my videos. It's like the best sponsorship of all time. And I still use strings, but like I've never even considered putting different strings on my guitar until that sponsorship ran out. And I was like, what happened, guys? Like, I thought we were chill. So again, I still love Elixirs, but now I'm actually trying other strings for the first time. And I think the SD signature in Los Angeles has the new Ernie Ball John Mayer strings on there, which those are cool. Those are definitely a vibe. I still prefer the Elixirs to those. Electric guitar strings, I just have such a closer relationship with Ernie Ball that I've used more of those than anything. So that's probably what's on a lot of my electric guitars. I generally play 10s, sometimes 9s. But I'm down to start kind of branching off in the string game. So if you do see like a string video pop up, don't be like, oh, I thought you were like Elixir, you told me forever. It's like, yeah, I love Elixirs. Elixirs are awesome. The 80/20 Phosphor Bronze ones are so good. I'm almost positive that's what's on this guitar. But I am now open to trying out some new strings. So we'll see what happens in the future from there. D's on an acoustic, E flats on electric. Okay, yeah, can't argue with that. That's awesome. Nick Drake vibes. Yes, open strings. Oh, Nick Drake is the man. So cool. Any Frusciante fans here? Of course. If you play guitar and you watch the show, you gotta love John Frusciante, right? Talk about how I love John Frusciante, then just go right into a Flea bass line, right? Anyone feel like watching him play his own songs like learning Joe Rogan do comedy? Either you get it or you don't, but that's the feeling I get. Sure. Guess I'm not trying to connect that. So me playing my songs is like Joe Rogan doing comedy. Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess I'll take it. Now if I can just get some of that Joe Rogan money, that'd be sick. I'm into it. Yeah, for sure. Everybody check out Nick Drake if you've never seen it or heard it. I also read the book about him, Deeper Than the Darkest Sea. In fact, the line in Juliana is actually a reference to that. So it's a little inside baseball for sure. The guy Drake made my boy Guild M20 guitar broke within a week. What? Oh, I see. Yeah, isn't it funny how like you'll irrationally dislike someone for no reason, for no fault of their own? Story I have about that is here's why I don't like Gary Clark Jr. This is great, right? So I was in a band. We were rehearsing for this Battle of the Bands thing, and they just picked me up with their guitar player, and we were writing some songs. It was like a cool vibe for sure. And I don't know, like the musicians were okay for sure. No like virtuosos or anything, just a bunch of guys getting together playing music. And one day the lead singer's girlfriend came in, and she just came back from like guitar practice or something. And we were talking, and she got her guitar out, and she started like shredding, right? And she was like awesome. Like she was definitely like a better guitar player than like the other guitar players in the band. So we kind of hit it off when we were talking, and we were talking about our influences and stuff. And the reason that I first started playing guitar was because of Jimi Hendrix. That's the artist that got me into it. And like huge Hendrix fan, so I can talk Hendrix with anybody. And she was a fan too. And then she's like, "Yeah, do you like Gary Clark Jr.?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like Gary Clark Jr. He's cool." And she goes, "Yeah, it's like he took what Hendrix was doing, but then kind of improved it and took it into like a modern era, and now what he's doing is just better." And I was like, "Hold on, what do you mean Gary Clark Jr. like improved what Hendrix was doing? What are you talking about?" So ever since then, I just don't like Gary Clark Jr., which is so stupid because like Gary Clark Jr. is probably awesome, and this girl just had this offhand, unhinged comment that for some reason I associate Gary Clark Jr. to having, which is just funny how like a lot of our opinions and biases are just made off of some dumb crap like that. So even though he had no say in it, that's why I don't listen to Gary Clark Jr., despite her and her insane Jimi Hendrix hot take. But she was actually a really good guitar player, so maybe I should be listening to her, you know. Nothing to do with that. Gary Clark Jr. What's your opinion on Marty Schwartz? Hack. Total hack. No, just kidding. I love Marty Schwartz. Marty Schwartz is like, dude, Marty Schwartz is the GOAT. Like, you know, I've been lucky enough to meet a lot of the other creators, you know, in the YouTube guitar community or whatever you want to do. And like, Marty is just so genuinely the nicest, coolest, chillest guy on earth. So I for sure consider Marty like a good personal friend of mine. I would do anything for Marty Schwartz. Marty Schwartz is the man. So if you're ever wondering, like, because I've also met YouTubers who are not great, and you can tell that like maybe the personality they put on camera is a total act. Marty is not that way. Like that's the Marty on camera is the Marty in real life, and he is the coolest, nicest, most thoughtful, caring, gentle, humble guy that you'll ever meet, ever. So I'm so happy that he's had like an awesome, successful career and continues to do so. So could never say enough good things about Marty Schwartz. So send him all the love. He is the man. Hello from Venice. What's going on, Zach? Venice, California? Actually, I was just in Venice, California for the last 6-7 weeks. And it was awesome. Gnarly. Apparently there are other Venices? I don't know. Surely you're from Venice, California. I did get a nice aviator. I was kind enough to donate hundreds of dollars for an Aviator Nation hoodie from Venice. But yeah. Did that come across as rude or anything? No, it didn't come across as rude. Just saying that when you're on the Joe Rogan podcast, you talk about comedy. Oh, yeah, it's like I definitely take it. I took it as a compliment for sure. I was just, did not come across as rude at all. I just never know what people are talking about. So thank you for clarifying. Can't stand people who teach on YouTube the way Marty teaches, like put your finger on this string, on that fret, then that finger. It takes 5 minutes to explain what a picture of a, chord diagram can do in 2 seconds. I guess so. I don't know. I wonder I feel like there's no perfect way to like teach anything, right? Because like some people, I'm sure would prefer chord diagrams. I personally don't love teaching with diagrams or tabs just because I want people to see it in their mind's eye. So like explaining it is a different way. And the hard thing about teaching on YouTube is like, you're trying to hit as wide of an audience as you can, but still people are learning in a very specific way. So depending on where you're at, it's kind of hard to like think of who you're talking to. You know what I mean? Because like there are people who are like very advanced at guitar, but like, a somewhat simple shape that maybe they just missed requires explanation. I try to rush through some of the beginner explanations in videos that might be titled to a more intermediate audience, but I feel like that's like a really hard thing to just like nail, I do think that when it's like put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, and your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret. I don't like that so much, just because it's like, so much of guitar is contextual, and like a G major chord shape is a great example of that, because I remember I learned G major like this, 3-2, open, open, 3-3, and I never ever play this shape contextually much at all. Most of the time I'm actually playing this G major, where my pinky is on the 3rd fret of the D string, or the B string, so it's a D note, and that's the note on top. I prefer having a G major chord start with a G and end on a D, right? Because G, B, D. I feel like that's the best, that's the most G sound to me, and the reason this shape works is contextual with whatever chords you're playing. Right? So if I'm playing in the key of C, it just makes so much sense to go C, F, G. Now if I'm playing in the key of G, G, C, D, I'll use that D. So it's like contextual how you're approaching it. Now if I'm playing in the key of D, and I'm going D, A, G, then now I'm gonna lead with my middle finger, right? D to G, 1, 5, 4, G major, 1, 5, 4, C major, 1, 5, 4. So it's like those are actually kind of 3 different ideas. So none of which use 3-2, open, open, 3-3, right? So that's why I don't love it, like when, unless it's something very specific, like this is why you want to do this finger here. I would rather just call out the frets that you hold down and then let you figure it out with your hand, whatever contextually you're doing. But that's just me. What is my opinion on ultimate guitar song chords? My opinion is, why are so many of them wrong? How many people are out there just putting the wrong chords down? Like, God bless the warriors of light out there that are for free making ultimate guitar chord charts and stuff. But like, if you're gonna go out of your way to do that, how is it gonna be like so wrong all the time? I guess that's a question that I have. I don't know. And the amount of ads on Ultimate Guitar, and the way that they want me to like pay for the app, and they interrupt the experience. Ultimate Guitar, man. In some ways, I'm very grateful to Ultimate Guitar, because they used to pay me to do articles for them, which was a great time, because the cesspool of comments really prepared me for being a YouTuber, because I would do I'd work really hard on this article for Ultimate Guitar, and I'd make like charts and stuff to try to like help people teach or help people learn things, and the comments would be so mean, so universally mean. I was like so heartbroken that first time. And they're like, no, don't worry about it. Keep doing it. We love what you're doing. So then I did another one, and it was a really good lesson. And the comments were even meaner. They're the meanest comments ever. And then I was like, oh, I get it. This isn't even about me. This is just pure troll thing. So Ultimate Guitar is actually the website that taught me that the trolling is never personal, and it's always just like a reflection. By the way, you may have noticed how the camera just moved. You know what's crazy is you can activate this camera with your hand, and then it like will turn on facial recognition, right? Like right now it's off, and then I can like put my hand up, and then it like turns, and now it's blue, and now it's like, now it'll follow me around. How crazy is that? Thanks bud. Oh, these cameras. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a video on this camera setup soon-ish, you know? Why not? So we'll go here. Now I want to get it back down. There we go. Okay, cool. Back on it. All right, what was I talking about? One thing that teaches you to do better. Someone says do shrooms. You know. What's the trick to making music sound trance-like, play in 3/4. I feel like there's a trance-like nature to 3/4 time signature. 1, 1. Am I old enough to remember Olga? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know if I might be old enough, but I don't remember. I don't know what it is. Obviously, you don't have to answer this, but curious how. Oh, how old am I? There we go. 41. The time can be a huge. Yeah, right. People feel like it's pretty funny. Yeah, it's like one of my friends, Garrett Watts, actually, huge YouTuber. He's like, bro, I can never tell. Like, I look at you and I don't know if you're 25 or 50. And yeah, I get it. You know, I take that as a compliment. But yeah, 41. And yeah, I'm also fortunate to usually, when you see me, I have good lighting on, which is, I think, part of some of the youthful glow all the time. Otherwise, sometimes I look super busted. So yeah. So yeah, if you're 41 or older and you don't look like this, trust me, it's just the lighting. Don't feel bad about yourself. Not everybody can keep up this. Takes a village. Takes a village to look this good at all times. So stupid. I think people think I'm being serious when I talk like that, but you know, really not, guys. I'm the most humble of the YouTubers. Anyways, it's been a fun live stream. Had a great time chatting with everybody. Let me know in the comment section what kind of videos you want to see coming up for this month. I'll be kicking it in Florida for most of the month, so got a lot of cool videos planned with Lilu, etc. But as far as like lesson videos, let me know what you guys are struggling with. Would love to help you out. And stay tuned for more live streams if you guys want to see more stuff like this. Because again, this company sent me these cameras over to kind of check them out. So I'll be doing a video on live streaming and cameras. Make sure to leave any questions about that, because I'll probably be shooting that video like tonight. Now that I kind of have the I have it down on how these work. So thanks for watching. Like I said, let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.